Kaela was not like the other students of Rosewood Academy. While others hurried to their classes, she lingered in the dusty hallways, her mind wandering beyond textbooks and homework. She always felt the school held secrets, the kind that waited patiently for someone brave enough to find them. One rainy afternoon, while hiding from a strict teacher, Kayla slipped into the basement. The air was damp, the light flickering. That's when she noticed it, a narrow crack in the stone wall. Curious, she pressed against it, and with a groan, the wall shifted open, revealing a spiral staircase descending into darkness. Her heart pounded with both fear and excitement. She lit her lantern and stepped inside. At the bottom was a door made of ancient oak, carved with glowing runes. It opened silently at her touch, and Kayla gasped. Before her stretched a vast underground library, shelves spiraling into infinity, books floating mid-air, their pages whispering to each other like secrets carried on the wind. A chandelier of crystal quills glowed above, casting rainbow light. Kayla wondered in awe. The books didn't just sit quietly. They breathed, they hummed, they watched. One leather-bound volume fluttered open as she passed, as she swore it sighed her name. On a golden pedestal in the center stood a book, locked with silver chains. Its title burned faintly, The Book of Eternal Balance. But Kayla's eyes were caught by a smaller book on the floor, glowing mischievously. She picked it up, and before she could read the cover, the book burst open with a laugh. The words on its pages lifted into the air, glowing letters that wriggled and squirmed like fireflies. Suddenly, the words jumped off the page and turned into creatures. Lion roared into life, pacing across the floor. Storm swirled into a tiny tornado. Eagle bounced around the shelves, laughing endlessly. Taylor yelped as the library erupted into chaos. Books flew, scrolls unraveled, and the once peaceful whispers turned into frantic shouts. From the shadows, a figure appeared, an old Liberian spirit, with parchment skin and eyes like ink. You have released the mischief spell, the spirit said sternly. The library is alive, and now it teeters on the edge of ruin. Only the Book of Eternal Balance can restore order, but the library itself must deem you worthy. Kayla swallowed hard. Then I'll earn it. The shelves groaned and shifted, forming a maze. The spirit faded away, leaving Kayla to face the library's trials. She walked through corridors where books tested her, a book of riddles that locked its door unless she solved its puzzle, a book of fear that made shadows of her worst worries crawl towards her, a book of truth that whispered her doubts. You're too small, too ordinary, too weak. But Kayla pressed on. Each time she proved her courage not by fighting, but by listening, by learning. She solved the riddle by thinking calmly. She faced the shadows by admitting her fears, and she answered the book of truth with quiet strength. I may be small, but my heart is not. At last, the maze led her back to the golden pedestal. The chains around the book of eternal balance loosened. The library had accepted her. She opened the book, and the glowing light poured out, wrapping around the chaos. The wild words, the lion, the storm, the giggle crossed mid-air, then gently dissolved back into letters, returning to their rightful pages. The library sighed in relief, its whispers settling into peace once more. The librarian spirit appeared softer now. You have proven that balance is not about strength, but about wisdom and heart. The library is safe, and you, child, are its new guardian. Kayla's eyes widened. Guardian? The spirit smiled. Every age needs one who can read between the lines. And with that, the library's shelves shifted, forming a hidden staircase back to the world above. Kaela walked out into the rainy evening, her lantern glowing brighter than before. From that day on, she carried a secret. Beneath her skull lay a library of living magic, and in her hands rested the balance between chaos and order. Sometimes the greatest adventures don't happen in faraway lands, but in the quiet corners where stories wait for someone to believe in them.